Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. That was a big breath before welcome. It's a lot later in the day than normal for me filming this. Oh yes, this is Flosstube number maybe 26. No notes today. My name is Bobby, and this is a channel about cross stitch. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome. And glad to see you back. So I thought that I got a lot of stitching done this weekend. Well, I mean, technically I did. I just also frogged a lot. I don't have proof that I did. So we did not have a giveaway last week. So there's nothing to draw or do first there. So, but we will have one today. So stay tuned for that. It is Valentine's Day 2021. And hopefully this won't be as long because I'm late in the day. And so I hope to get it uploaded so everybody can start watching tomorrow. Which is President's Day. And we have ice. It's a whole lot. I mean, not a lot of ice, but it's just that nice thin layer, and it didn't get above 25 today, so salt's not going to help it. Just kind of that stay home, which I wasn't going anywhere anyways, right? So, I guess I will show, let's do haul first. I think that's what I normally do. Y'all, that's so sad. I do this every week, and I can't remember what order I do things in. Shame. Okay, so I got some needle minders, and there's one missing off of here, from Mad for Minders, because I'm addicted to all the things. I mean, look at that raven, right? George Washington Carver, and then I got, oops, some more Edgar Allan Poe, and that's the Salem Witch Trials, of course, the Queen of Hearts, and then, I mean, just a big old octopus, because why not? Right? Exactly. And I also, the one that's missing is Harriet Tubman, because she's on my Harriet Tubman. So I didn't have her to show off. And then I got some tags from my girl Sheila. And how cute is this? These were Halloween ones. But how cute is that? And look at all the little, whoops. And it's so cute. And I always have Sheila linked below. Look, I mean, it's so stinking cute, right? And then I got a patriotic one. So when I start those, I got a great thread drop. And then I got St. Patty's Day, which I think I'm going to do RETM's turkeys for St. Patty's Day. Ooh, that's glitter. I didn't notice they had glitter paper. Woohoo. And a little charm in the back. And it's so sweet. And then the little Halloween one came with the cute little notebook. Isn't that cute? And it's just a little lined notebook. So cute. And then I got a heart. Oh, and I got some little goodies in here that she sent along with the package. And then I also got a heart. It's supposed to be a scissor fob, but I have it on a bag. Do I have it? Let me just show y'all without showing you what's in here. But yeah, isn't that cute? And it's got a little key. And then this looks like a little heart. And it's a little key. Love it. Okay. Sorry, now you're seeing the side of my face. So, the next thing I got, and this is from, I was watching, it's Stitching Madness, and I can't remember who I was watching that, it's so sad. I don't remember who I was watching that said that they liked their bags and that they had bags on sale. So I went and I got this bag. It's a Halloween Dr. Seuss. And the eyeballs inside are supposed to glow in the dark. I have not tested them. And this is, what did I say, was Stitching Madness. It's on Etsy. I will link that shop below. It's a nice bag. Already has cat hair all over it. Imagine that. So, oh god, there's a lot of cat hair on it. I don't know what I'll stick in that, but something will go in it at some point. I got enough stuff, don't I? And then I got my Trucking Along April, and I do have to say, and I'm not just saying that because it's my birthday month, but I think this is one of the cutest Trucking Alongs that they've done. I mean, I don't know, it's a double glare. Y'all see that real good? Y'all probably already seen it, but just in case you haven't. Love it. I love it. It's so stinking cute. And green's my favorite color, so the fact that that truck is green, loving it. So yeah, so I got my kit, and of course it comes with the classic Colorworks and the black Ada. Chalkboard Ada. And then I got my subscription to Just Cross Stitch, and this is the newest. Oh, it's April 2021. It's February. Okay. I mean, there's a couple things in here that were cute, but it didn't like, I have to admit, it's not like the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. That one, ooh, Lord. That one is like, every time you open it, there's tons of stuff where you're just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. This one was just, yeah. But teach their own. I hope I'm pleased with future. Because I think that's only the second one I got. And I think the first one I did like, God bless my freaking hair. It's like my little wings. What is that doing? Just go back up in there. Does that make it worse? Probably. Oh, well, it don't matter. Y'all don't care. We just hanging out. Y'all don't care. Okay, so that was like very little haul for me. Well, yeah, for personal haul, that was really small. But, so let's move on to my stitching, shall we? All right, so here's where I'm gonna, because I'm trying not to edit this video, but I'm gonna have to put a picture here. So we had, I pointed, but I don't mean to put it there yet. Michelle G with Bindi Stitchy, she decided she really wanted to work on her Lila Studio Halloween Quaker. That she, and this pattern is just to die for. And she wanted to get a lot more work on hers done. So she said she needed motivation. So she said, how about, what if we do a Zoom? And everybody on the Zoom, we are all stitching the same thing. Which was a lot of fun. And there was maybe 30 of us, or just under 30. It was really fun. I just need to figure out on my tablet how to make it to where I can see all the squares of the people, or at least most of the people or whatever, because what I had going on with my tablet was whoever made a noise, that's what went big. So like when Michelle was talking, it was fine, but then I had a lot of pictures of people bumping like their light or coughing, and it would show them, and then I'm like, okay. So the funniest part though was anytime somebody would show something and everybody would be like, oh, that's so, I never got to see what the person was showing. As soon as people started making their and whatever, it would start flipping to all these people, and I was just like, okay. So that was a little annoying, but otherwise convo and everything, it was really fun. And so that was exciting. Now my only problem, and this is where I'll insert the photo. So this is where I got to during the call. Now I had started this before and I had showed you guys, but I had to put in a few. I mean, it was like we were there for like 2 hours. I got in quite a few stitches. First stitch I put in during the call was off. So everything I did was off. So after the call, I spent another couple hours frogging. So now we're back to just this, just where I started. So basically 4 hours of my stitchy time was wasted. I'm trying not to be upset about it. It happens. This fabric is Early Halloween by XG Design. It's 18 count Aida. It is phenomenal. And I'm sure this little guy is from Mad Reminders because it's a wooden one. But y'all, I had, let's see if I can, I need Shilia's pointer. I had, because here we go. So this is the part I'm working at. I got this, and this. I had that. I had to rip all that out. And then I had most of this top of the blocks. I had to rip all that out. It was a lot. Well, y'all see, but it was a lot. But again, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I don't plan on working on this except for twice a month when we do the Zooms. It's just an easier way to work on it, but not feel like I should be working on other stuff. You know, it's on a schedule. Me doing a schedule? What? And the other thing I worked on this week, because I did not get to stitch much at work, which really sucks. I hate when that happens, because like throws everything else off. So, and this is my, hello, how about I show you what it is, right? Is that how this thing works? So this is a little stitcher, the girl in blue, and I read her story on one of my Hot Mess Express, and it's like super sad, but I'm thinking about, because it still says underneath here, unknown but not forgotten, but a few years ago they actually discovered what her name was. And so I would like to somehow, I mean, I love the unknown but not forgotten because that's what it says on her tomb. And then, I don't know, but I would like to put her name on here somewhere. I don't know. Just throwing shit around. We'll see. I don't know. And so I got a little bit more done on the El Tombstone. So yeah. That's where she's at. And honestly, had I not had to frog so much yesterday, I would have been a little bit more in the stitchy spirit today. And I probably would have had most of this done. At least everything but maybe the wording. Or the backstitch wording. I'd have finished the tomb and the gravestone, and the trim that goes on this other side and across the top. But really wasn't in the mood to stitch. Anybody else get like that? Like after you just had to frog. And normally fresh frogging is the worst. Like normally when I have to frog something, I put whatever it is away because I'm pissed at it. It goes into timeout. I put it away and then I leave it alone for weeks. And then when I'm like, oh yeah, I want to work on that again, I pull it out and then I start frogging, and it's fine because like it's not that raw emotion that you jacked it all up. So it's not as like, it doesn't hurt so bad to frog it then. So this was literally as soon as we stopped the video, I was like, because, okay, so halfway through, I say video, Zoom, halfway through Zoom, I realized that one part of my motif was off. And I was like, crap. Okay, not a big deal. I just need to rip out this one leaf, this one little area. It's a lot of stitches, but doable. All right, so let me move down here. I'm going to abandon this, move down here, and start all those little blocks. And I started it off the first part of the motif. So after I did half the top of those cubes, and I realized it wasn't lining up right with my original stuff that I had done, I was like, and that's when I saw where I was off from stitch number 1. And I was like, oh. And it was off to the point, like there was nothing I could do but frog. So then as soon as we were, had finished, is when we were finishing the call when I was starting to tie in, and I was like, oh crap. So then when we got off there, I immediately started frogging, and I was just like, it's terrible. It's terrible. So, but it's fine. I got it all frogged. Obviously didn't put another stitch in it though. I just got it frogged, and I was like, that's it. That's it. You going away for 2 weeks. I'll bring you back out and start all over. So the other, I did get a finish, a start and a finish, same day, basically. I got the, Traveling Humbug, and I think it's been, Michelle Bendy started it. I say Michelle Bendy, but we all know that Bendy's not her last name. She started the Traveling Humbug, and then she sent it to, I believe, where did it go first? I think it went to, Coco Mama Stitchery. Is it Stitchery? Rocio. Why can I not? Y'all, I can say her name if I am not on this photo, this camera. I know she doesn't watch me, so she doesn't have to listen to me butcher her name every week that I try to say it. Rocio. It's very simple. It's very simple. I do it every time. I'm thinking too hard. I get nervous. And then it went to Andrea Hart Needle Art. And then it went to somebody that I do not believe has a Flosstube. And if she does, I'm sorry, I did not know you had one. So I'm not going to say her name. And then it came to me. And then it already has its next destination. And I'm not going to say her name because I didn't ask if I could. And she does not have a Flosstube. So I know with us Flosstubers, it's like, it's kind of silly if if we were all weird about privacy. But, so yeah, so I decided, because the person that had it before me, she did it in a variegated floss. She did not do called for colors, and it made me go, I'm going to do this no rules, like no rules, like no color rules. I'm going at it. So here is my little guy. Is he not the cutest? And I put the frown on him. He didn't come that way. And then he's got, Etoile. I don't know if you can see this. You can't see the sparkle in his wings, but I used Etoile for his wings so that it has a little bit of sparkle. And then because I use such a two different variegated flosses, which are by Fiberlicious. One of them is African Violets, mainly this outside border is African Violets, and then the other one was the Enchanted Woods. And then, did I use another one on the inside? No. Yes. What else did I use on the inside? I don't remember. It's another Fiberlicious one. Why don't I remember? But it ended up making it look really patchy. So my stitchy friend, because again, I don't know if she wants me to say her name. She suggested, because I wasn't happy with it and I literally was going to frog this the next day. And she's like, how about you just try back stitching the areas? And I was like, okay. And so I did. And I was like, okay, I can live with him now. I can live with his patchy butt now. But super cute. I mean, this thing stitched up so fast. This is 14 count. So that tells you how small he is if this is 14 count Ada. And this is by Picture This Plus, and it's Mystic. It's such a gorgeous color, is it not? I mean, this fabric, of course, I still have the sticker on it. But just to show, like, look how beautiful that fabric is. So yeah, so I just put him on a small little square. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him yet, because he wasn't necessarily one that I would have normally stitched, but with the Traveling Humbug, like, yeah, I'm gonna stitch him. I mean, he's super cute. Maybe make him an ornament, because he's kind of like the Bah Humbug, even though I didn't really do him in Christmas colors, but I don't know. We'll see. It was a real fun stitch though, and it was really fast. really fast. And I'm like, so really I think most of my stitchy time went into that. I sit there and think about, oh, I didn't really get that much stitchy time. Well, I mean, that's a lot of stitches. Even though it's small, it's still a lot of stitches. All right, so then I have a new start in my little fox bag. I have a new start. And this is Little Boat 88 bag, which I've showed before when I bought it. So I decided that I said last time that I don't know why I didn't start this pattern. Now it's all wrinkled. But RETM, Alice. And it's really hard to tell on here. I'm going to try to get close, and I don't know if this is going to focus. It's when you start really looking, okay, first of all, how amazing is it that all the work is down here, and then you have Alice and then the white rabbit, which it's kind of hard to see on there that that's a white rabbit right there. That the white rabbit and Alice are above, because I obviously haven't gone down a hole yet. But I mean, I don't know, it's just so creative, I feel like. And all these little, there's just so many little details. Sorry. Like the flamingo right there, which was the croquet. We've got, of course you can see the hearts and the spade. Oh, and there's there's a club on there too. I don't see any diamonds, but that's fine. And then of course this area, I'm assuming, is the Queen of Hearts red dress, because that's how she always has like the dress. And then you got the keys. Of course you got Cheshire Cat. And then you got the table, which has got the Mad Hatters, and then you got the Tweedledum, Tweedledee. And then you got the little bottle. Of course, I said the white rabbit. And then you got that, which looks like the hedges. What else do we have in here? Oh, the little mouse. So, yeah. It's just super cute. Can't tell if that's supposed to be something up there. But I love it. So on this one, I also had to frog. It was a bad day yesterday. It was just a bad day. And it's because, so on that Halloween Quaker, sorry, making loud noises. Oh, and can we talk about, I forgot. This was the other thing that I got from Sheila. These thread drops. Oops, how about I turn it the correct way? Let's do that. So how cute is that? A little butterfly. And then all these thread drops, which are just gorgeous. Look at these colors. Ugh, they're so pretty. Look a little ratty because they've been in my bag, but love it. But so I like the coverage of 2 strands on 18 count Aida. And on Quaker Halloween, it looks really good. And that fabric, of course, is by XG Design. Well, then I've got 18 count here by Fortnite Fabrics, which is absolutely gorgeous. This one I think is liver something. I got the tag up in here. Liver pudding. So I think their 18 count must shrink down a little bit, maybe. I don't know. So I had the 2 strands, and it could just been the color I was using, because some colors, I don't know if y'all have we all know the problems we have sometimes with black and then sometimes the white. But every now and then I'll find another color that I feel like lays terrible. And so maybe the color I started with just was one of those. So I did a huge portion, shouldn't put that away, of her hair back here. because that's on page 1. And hated it. So then I went over to the side and was like, okay, let's see what it looks like 1 strand over 1. And it looked much better. The stitches are just, they just look so much better. So much better. So I stitched on her after I frogged, I stitched on her for an hour just to test to make sure that I really liked, 1 strand. And I think it's covering well. My stitches are laying really nice. So I got that done in an hour. So I'm kind of a slow stitcher, I guess. I got like 173 stitches in an hour. And with having to change color and load the needle a couple times, but it's not terrible, I don't guess. I mean, some of these on Instagram, when I'm seeing that people are getting like 1,000 stitches in a day, I'm like, there's no way. Enough out. No way. Oh, just see I don't know where I got that queen either. She's amazing. But yeah. So one of my stitchy friends she got this pattern and she's gonna start it with me. And we're doing a start along, I guess, even though I already started it, but mine was a test situation. And I told her I was not gonna pick it up again until she got hers. And our goal with this one, 200 stitches a month. Easy peasy go, I'm almost there. So easy. No pressure, because y'all know how I am under pressure, right? Okay, so I decided that I know a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people, I know a good chunk of my viewers enjoy Hot Mess Express. I'm sure there are people that don't. So I'm thinking of swapping it up and doing my shop haul before I do Hot Mess Express story time, so that like I can just end with that and then the giveaway. And then that way, I don't know. Do y'all like being able to stitch in the middle or towards the end? Maybe I'll just keep it the same way this time. Y'all tell me if you like stitching in the middle. I mean, some of y'all I'm sure are stitching the whole time, but as of having to really like look up and pay attention to what somebody's showing you, would you rather be a larger chunk at the end or would you like it in the middle? So we'll keep it in the middle today just because that's what I've typically been doing. This is, of course, Black History Month, the way we celebrate it. I mean, Black History should be all year long, but this is when we celebrate. And I have plans to do more for Black History Month on my story times. So next week I'm actually doing, her name is Clementine, and I apologize, like I said, I don't have my notes. Cannot remember what her last name is. And she was an artist. She was originally a slave, and then I believe she became basically an indentured servant, and then eventually freedom. But she had basically her art stolen and passed off as other people's. And so I think it's gonna be a very interesting story. Shelia, I hope I'm saying your name right. It's like I hear it and then I can't say it, and then I'm terrible. It's no excuse for me. Shelia from Sunshine Stitchers. She has a pattern, and like you can't find the cross stitch pattern anywhere, but it's based off of her art, I believe. They took her art and made it into a cross stitch pattern. I think it's called Wash Day, and the pattern's amazing. So yeah, you should really check out that video and see that. But we'll be doing that story next week. So because it's Valentine's Day, it felt like it was appropriate to do Cupid. And which again, it's just I'm glutton for punishing myself because again, this is Greek and Roman mythology. We know how well I did with all that, right? Which maybe I have more, maybe I get, do y'all give me more slack when it's these type of stories and I butcher them than when I'm just trying to read like normal? Sorry about that. That would be a mountain lion. You know. Okay. So here we go. Let me show you what's going to be the giveaway. We don't know what the word is yet, but I will show you what it is. So, as you will see from my shop haul, my fabric came in from XG Design. Got past customs, finally. And she added a little extra goodie. A 46 count Bristol linen, which I'm assuming Bristol means 46. It took me a while to realize that that's supposedly redundant, I guess, to say 46 count and then also Bristol linen. Whatever. So this is a fat quarter. So this will be, sorry, I feel like that's, oh no, I just throwed it on the floor. I didn't throw it, it fell off. So I'll take this off just so y'all can see. I mean, it's beautiful. And it's the other side. So it's a fat quarter. And I am never, it's called Rocky Mountain. I'm pretty sure I didn't order this. It's not on my invoice. She sent it to me because I don't know if I would order 46 count, or did I? Even if I did order it, I will be giving it away, but I think she included it for me. So, yep. 46 count linen. XG Design. And then, because I still had Pack of Her Floss, the Christmas collection for 2020, to give away that we haven't given away, I am going to include that. So, at some point, I'm going to give us our word to use below for the giveaway. And you will get these items. Exciting. Okay, back to Cupid. Just want to get that out the way so y'all know what y'all are having to bear this for, right? Make sure y'all know it's worth it. Alrighty, Hot Mess Express. Everyone get on board. All right. In classical mythology, Cupid, meaning passionate desire, is the god of desire, erotic love, attraction, and affection. He is often portrayed as the son of the love goddess Venus and the god of war Mars. He's also known in Latin as Amora, love. His Greek counterpart is Eros. Although in this they flip back, I did try to read this first. They flip back and forth when they're talking about Eros and Cupid, so it can get a little, hard to follow at times. And I know I'm not easy to follow anyways when I'm reading this because of what I'm doing right now. Squirrel. Although Eros is generally portrayed as a slender, winged youth in classical Greek art, during the Hellenistic period, he was increasingly portrayed as a chubby boy. During this time, his iconography, I know what it means. It's about his icon. Anywho, acquired the bow and arrow that represents his source of power. A person or even a deity who is shot by Cupid's arrow is filled with uncontrollable desire. In myths, Cupid is a minor character who serves mostly to set the plot in motion. He is a main character only in the tale of Cupid and Psyche. Is it Psyche or Psyche? I think it's Psyche. When wounded by his own weapons, he experienced the ordeal of love. Although other extended stories are not told about him, his tradition is rich in poetic themes and visual scenarios, such as love conquers all, and the retaliatory punishment of or torture of Cupid. His powers are similar, though not identical, to Kamadeva, the Hindu god of human love. In art, Cupid often appears in multiples as the Amores, or Amorai, in the later terminology of art history, the equivalent of the Greek erotes. Cupids are a frequent motif of both Roman art and later Western art of the classical tradition. In the 15th century, it's that word again. Iconography, maybe, of Cupid starts to become indistinguishable from the Puto? Yeah, I'm clicking on that one because it ain't capitalized. A Puto, I'm sure I'm not saying that right, it's Italian, is a figure in a work of art depicted as a chubby male child, usually naked and sometimes winged. All right, back. Where was I at? Okay, so Cupid starts to become indistinguishable from the Puto. Okay. Okie dokie. Cupid continued to be a popular figure in the Middle Ages, when under Christian influence, he often had a dual nature as heavenly and earthly love. In the Renaissance, a renewed interest in classical philosophy endowed him with complex allegorical meanings. Look at that. In contemporary popular culture, Cupid is shown drawing his bow to inspire romantic love, often as an icon of Valentine's Day. There was some show or movie where Cupid was like evil, and like I kind of dug that thought. It was probably supernatural or something. I don't know. Etymology. The name Cupido, passionate desire, is a derivative of Latin cupio or cupere. No. Stemming from Proto-Italic cupi, which means to desire. Ultimately from Proto-Indo-European cupi, same thing, to tremble, desire. Origins and birth. The Romans reinterpreted myths and concepts pertaining to the Greek Eros for Cupid in their own literature and art, and medieval and Renaissance I don't know what that word is. Mythographers conflate the two freely. Sorry, that doesn't flow well. In the Greek tradition, Eros had a dual contradictory genealogy. He was among the primordial gods who came into existence asexually. After his generation, deities were begotten through male-female unions. In somebody's other thing. Only Chaos and Gaia, which is Earth, are older, which I have a Gaia goddess. It's a Bella Filipina pattern in there. Gaia. It's gorgeous. Before the existence of gender dichotomy, Eros functioned by causing entities to separate from themselves that which they already contained. Okay. At the same time, the Eros, who was pictured as a boy or slim youth, was regarded as the child of a divine couple, the identity of whom varied by source. The influential Renaissance mythographer, Natalie Connie, began his chapter. Oh, maybe it's Natal Conti. Began his chapter on Cupid/Eros by declaring that the Greeks themselves were unsure about his parents, heaven and earth, Aries and Aphrodite. I'm an Aries. Yay. Night and ether, or strife and zephyr. All right, so he could be any. Any of them parents. The Greek travel writer Pausanias, he notes, contradicts himself by saying at one point that Eros welcomed Aphrodite into the world, and at another that Eros was the son of Aphrodite and the youngest of the gods. In Latin literature, Cupid is usually treated as the son of Venus without reference to a father. Seneca says that Vulcan, as the husband of Venus, is the father of Cupid. Sirio, however, says that there were 3 Cupids, as well as 3 Venuses. The first Cupid was the son of Mercury and Diana, and the second of Mercury and the second Venus, and the third of Mars and the third Venus. Whatever. This last Cupid was the equivalent of Anteros, counter love, one of the Erots, the gods who embody aspects of love. The multiple Cupids frolicking in art are the decorative manifestation of these proliferating loves and desires. During the English Renaissance, Christopher Marlowe wrote of 10,000 Cupids. In Ben Jonson's Wedding Mosque, I'm not sure. It meant 1,000 several colored loves hop about the nuptial room. Okay. In the later classical tradition, Cupid is most often regarded as the son of Venus and Mars, whose love affair represented an allegory of love and war. The duality between the primordial and the sexually conceived Eros accommodated philosophical concepts of heavenly and earthly love, even in the Christian era. Attributes and themes. Cupid is winged, allegedly because lovers are flighty and likely to change their minds, and boyish because love is irrational. His symbols are the arrow and torch, because love wounds and inflames the heart. Oh, that's kind of pretty though, right? That's poetic. These attributes and their interpretations were established by the late antiquity as summarized by Isidore of Seville. They keep saying his, and I keep saying like their girl names. It still looks like it's Isidore, so it's fine. In his etymologue. I don't know why these people can't just make everything in English so that I can understand it. I mean, he did write it in 636 AD. Cupid is also sometimes depicted blindfolded and described as blind. Not so much in the sense of sightless, since the sight of the beloved can be a spur to love, as blinkered and arbitrary. As described by Shakespeare in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. In Botticella's Allegory of Spring, also known by its Italian title, La Primavera. I know that one, but it's like pasta. Cupid is shown blindfolded while shooting his arrow, positioned above the central figure of Venus. Particularly in ancient Roman art, Cupids may also carry or be surrounded by fruits, animals, or attributes of the seasons, or the wine god Dionysus, symbolizing the earth's generative capacity. Having all these associations, Cupid is considered to share parallels with the Hindu god Kama. There's no R, so it's not karma. Cupid's arrow. Cupid carries two kinds of arrows or darts, one with a sharp golden point and the other with a blunt tip of lead. Ugh. A person wounded by the golden arrow is filled with uncontrollable desire. I still don't think that would be a good thing. But the one struck by the lead feels aversion and desires only to flee. The use of these arrows is described by the Latin poet Ovid, in the first book of his Metamorphoses. When Apollo taunts Cupid as the lesser archer, Cupid shoots him with the golden arrow, but strikes the object of his desire, the nymph Daphne, with the lead. Trapped by Apollo's unwanted advances, Daphne prays for her father, the river god. Y'all, it looks like it would be penis. Penuous? Penuous. We're going with Penuous, who turns her into a laurel, the tree sacred to Apollo. It is the first of several unsuccessful or tragic love affairs for Apollo. Poor Apollo. A variation is found in the King's Quair, a 15th century poem attributed to James I of Scotland, in which Cupid has 3 arrows: gold for a gentle smiting. I didn't know smiting could be gentle. That is easily cured. The more compelling silver, and steel for a love wound that never heals. Cupid and the bees. In the tale of Cupid, the honey thief, the child god is stung by bees when he steals honey from their hive. He cries and runs to his mother, Venus, complaining that so small a creature shouldn't cause such painful wounds. Venus laughs and points out the poetic justice. He too is small and yet delivers the sting of love. The story was first told about Eros in the Idyls of Theocritus, 3rd century BC. It was retold numerous times in both art and poetry during the Renaissance. The theme brought the Amoretti poetry cycle of Edmund Spenser's to a conclusion and furnished subject matter for at least 20 works by Lucas Cranach, the elder of his workshop. The German poet and classicist Carl Philipp Kohns framed the tales at, y'all killing me, Schadenfreude, which means taking pleasure in someone else's pain. Isn't that like sadist or the masochist? It's the sadist. Anywho, in a poem by the same title. In a version by Gotthold Ephraim Lessing, a writer of German Enlightenment, the incident prompts Cupid to turn himself into a bee. Through this sting was Amor made wiser, the untiring decipher. Concocted another battle plan. He lurked beneath the carnations and roses, and when a maiden came to pick them, he flew out as a bee and stung her. That's terrible. The image of Cupid as a bee is part of a complex tradition of poetic imagery, involving the flower of youth, the sting of love as a deflowering, and honey as a secretion of love. I did not know Cupid had anything to do with bees, which is crazy because I'm all about the bees. I love bee patterns and everything. Okay, this one's even more interesting. Cupid and dolphins. I don't know nothing about that. In both ancient and later art, Cupid is often shown riding a dolphin. Y'all, is that true? I ain't never seen no dolphin. On ancient Roman sarcophagi, the image may represent the soul's journey. Originally associated with Dionysus religion, that was supposed to be a period, and I did that on an upswing. Sorry. A mosaic from late Roman Britain shows a procession emerging from the mouth of the sea god Neptune. First dolphins and then seabirds ascending to Cupid. One interpretation of this allegory is that Neptune represents the soul's origin in the matter from which life was fashioned, with Cupid triumphing as the soul's desired destiny. In other contexts, Cupid with a dolphin reoccurs as a playful motif in a garden statuary at, it's at Pompeii. For real though? That shows a dolphin rescuing Cupid from an octopus, or Cupid holding a dolphin. I want to go to Pompeii really bad. The dolphin often elaborates fantastically. Might be constructed as a spout for a fountain. On a modern era fountain in the Palazzo Vecchio. Sorry, I don't know these places. It's in Florence, Italy. Cupid seems to be strangling a dolphin. Well, that's not nice. Dolphins were often portrayed in antiquity as friendly to humans, and the dolphin itself could represent affection. Pliny records a tale of a dolphin at Puteoli carrying a boy on its back across a lake to go to school each day. When the boy died, the dolphin grieved itself to death. Oh, that's so sad. Then we go from grieved itself to death to in erotic scenes from mythology. Because Cupid riding the dolphin may convey how swiftly love moves. Or the Cupid astride a sea beast may be a reassuring presence for the wild ride of love. A dolphin riding Cupid may attend scenes depicting the wedding of Neptune and I don't know how to say her name. And it's not Aphrodite, and it's her. Or the triumph of Neptune, also known as marine thiosa. All right, here's on to the section I'm all about. Demon of fornication. All right. To adapt myths for Christian use, medieval, and this is again, is it mythographers? It has to be mythographers, right? Y'all can't tell me because y'all are out there and I'm in here. Medieval mythographers, I may have just made up a word, interpreted them morally. In this view, Cupid might be seen as a demon of fornication. And, well, I'm not going to say anything. The innovated Theodulf of Orleans, who wrote during the reign of Charlemagne, reinterpreted Cupid as a seductive but malicious figure who exploits desires to draw people into an allegorical underworld of vice. I don't know why that makes me excited. Because I want Cupid to be bad. To Theodulf, Cupid's quiver symbolizes his deprived mind, his bow trickery, his arrows poison, and his torch-burning passion. It was appropriate to portray him naked so as not to conceal his deception and evil. That's all they have about the demon of fornication. It's not very much. So next we come to sleeping Cupid. So apparently there's a lot of sleeping Cupid. Cupid sleeping became a symbol or absent of languishing love in Renaissance poetry and art, including a Sleeping Cupid by Michelangelo that is now lost. The ancient type was known at the time through Yep. Descriptions in classical literature. And at least one example had been displayed in the sculpture garden of Lorenzo da Medici. So, okay, so let me pause. Lorenzo de Medici is a character. I mean, he was real, obviously. But he is also in one of the Assassin's Creed video games. They talk about him because I think he's like the uncle or whatever to no, I just lost it. Encio, which was one of my favorite characters. I think he was in the second one. And then they had these little smaller games, Brotherhood and something else that came right after the second one, and you were an Ezio in those too. But y'all don't care about that. But anyways, you gotta love those Medicis, right? Okay. Sorry. In the sculpture garden of Lorenzo de Medici since 1488. In the 1st century AD, Pliny had described 2 marble versions of a Cupid, and it says Eros in parentheses, one at Thespiae and a nude at Parium, where it was the stained object of erotic fascination. Michelangelo's work was important in establishing the reputation of the young artist, who was only 20 at the time. At the request of his patron, he increased its value by deliberately making it look antique, thus creating the most notorious fake. After the deception was acknowledged, the Cupid sleeping was displayed as evidence of his virtuoso alongside ancient marble, attributed to Praxiteles of Cupid asleep on a lion's skin. In the poetry of Gambetta Marino, the image of Cupid or Amora sleeping represents the insolence of love in the lap of idleness. A madrigal by his literary rival Gaspar Murtola. What does it say? An artist to paint the theme. I don't know. That sentence was all jacked up. Sorry. A catalog of works from antiquity collected by the Mitali family, patrons of Caravaggio, included sketches of sleeping cupids based on sculptures from the Temple of Venus Ursina in Rome. Caravaggio, whose works Murtolo is known for describing, took up the challenge with his 1608 Sleeping Cupid, a disturbing depiction of an unhealthy, immobilized child with jaundiced skin, flushed cheeks, bluish lips and ears, the emaciated chest and swollen belly, the wasted muscles and inflamed joints. That's terrible. The model is thought to have suffered from juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. Caravaggio's Sleeping Cupid was reconceived in fresco by Giovanni da San Giovanni, and the subject reoccurred throughout Roman and Italian work for the period. That's awful. I got a picture of it too. Here, I'm gonna cover up his, oh, shoot a monkey. Make him smaller, please. Nope. Y'all, I can't make him smaller. Okay. I'm just trying to cover up his pee-pee. That's sickly looking. All right. Oh, now it made me lose my spot. All right. Love conquers all. Earlier in his career, Caravaggio had challenged contemporary sensibilities with his sexually provocative and anti-intellectual Victorious Love, also known as Love Conquers All, in which a brazenly naked Cupid tramples on emblems of culture and items representing music, architecture, warfare, and scholarship. The motto comes from the Augustan poet Virgil, writing in the late 1st century BC. His collection of eclogues concludes with what might be his most famous line, and I'm not going to say it in Italian. Oh, why not? Omnia vinci amor et nos sedamus amore. Okay, we all know amore and amor is the only thing I knew about that whole thing. Love conquers all, and so let us surrender ourselves to love. The theme was also expressed as the triumph of Cupid, as the triumphs of Petrarch. I don't know. Okay, why are y'all being all crazy? Okay. I'm skipping Roman. No, maybe not. We're an hour in. Roman Cupid. The ancient Roman Cupid was a god who embodied desire, but he had no temples or religious practices independent of other Roman deities such as Venus, whom he often accompanies as a side figure in cult statues. A Cupid might appear among the several statuettes for private devotion. For private devotion. I tried to make that one hard. In a household shrine. But there is no clear distinction between figures for veneration and those displayed as art or decoration. Roman temples often served as secondary purposes as art museums, and Cicero mentioned a statue of Cupid, and it puts Eros in parentheses, by Praxiteles, and was consecrated at a sacrum, and I don't know that. Saccharin, I can't say that word. It's like a museum, though. And received religious veneration jointly with Hercules. An inscription from Cardama in Roman Spain records statues of Mars and Cupid among the public works of wealthy female priests, and another list of benefactions by a procurator, of Basilica. Batica? I don't know. Include statues of Venus and Cupid. Nobody cares. Cupid became more common in Roman art from the time of Augustus, the first Roman emperor. After the Battle of Actium, when Antony and Cleopatra were defeated, Cupid transferring the weapons of Mars to his mother Venus became a motif of Augustan imagery. In the Aeneid, the national epic of Rome by poet Virgil, Cupid disguises himself as Iulus, the son of Antinous, who was in turn the son of Venus herself, and in this form he beguiles Queen Dido of Carthage to fall in love with the hero. She gives safe harbor to Antinous and his band of refuse from Troy, only to be abandoned by him as he fulfills his destiny to found Rome. Iulus, I don't know what the word is, becomes the mythical founder of the Julian family from which Julius Caesar came. Augustus, Caesar's heir, commemorated a beloved great-grandson who died as a child by having him portrayed as Cupid, dedicating one such statue at the Temple of Venus on the Capitoline Hill, and keeping one of his bedrooms where he kissed it at night. A brother of his child became the Emperor Claudius, whose mother, Antonia, appears in a surviving portrait sculpture as Venus, with Cupid on her shoulder. The Augustus of Prima Porta is accompanied by a Cupid riding a dolphin. Cupids in multiples appear on the freesias of the Temple of Venus Generex and influenced scenes of relief sculptures on other works such as coffins, particularly those of children. I don't know why all of a sudden it's like my tongue just got heavy, thick. As a winged figure, Cupido shared some characteristics with the goddess Victoria. Cupid bears the palm branch, the most common attribute of victory. Desire in Roman culture was often attached to power as well as erotic attraction. Roman historians criticized Cupido glory, which is desire for glory, and Cupido imperii, desire for ruling power. In Latin philosophical discourse, Cupido is the equivalent of Greek pathos, a focus of reflection on the meaning and burden of desire, in depicting the pious love of Nisus and Euryalus? In the Aeneid, Virgil has Nisus wonder. It is the gods who put passion in men's mind. Euryalus, or does each person's fierce desire become his own god? In Lucretius, Physics of Sex, Cupido can represent human lust and an animal instinct to mate, but also the impulse of atoms to bond and form matter. An association of sex and violence is found in the erotic fascinations for gladiators, who often had sexualized names such as Cupido. Cupid was the enemy of chastity, and the poet Ovid opposed him to Diana, the virgin goddess of the hunt, who likewise carries a bow, but who hates Cupid's passion-provoking arrows. Cupid is also at odds with Apollo, the archer brother of Diana and patron of poetic inspiration, whose love affairs almost always end disastrously. Ovid blames Cupid for causing him to write love poetry instead of the more respectable epic. Okay, last little bit. Cupid and Psyche. The story of Cupid and Psyche appears in Greek art as early as the 4th century BC. But the most extended literary source of the tale is the Latin novel Metamorphoses, also known as the Golden Ass. That's what I got. By Apulus, 2nd century AD. It concerns the overcoming of obstacles to the love between Psyche, which is soul or breath of life, and Cupid, and their ultimate union in marriage. The flame of Psyche's beauty threatens to eclipse that of Venus herself, and the love goddess sends Cupid to work her revenge. Cupid, however, becomes enamored of Psyche and arranges for her to be taken to his palace. He visits her by night, warning her not to try to look upon him. Psyche's envious sisters convince her that her lover must be a hideous monster, and she finally introduces a lamp into their chamber to see him. Startled by his beauty, she drips hot oil from the lamp and wakes him. He abandons her. She wanders the earth looking for him and finally submits to the service of Venus, who tortures her. The goddess then sends Psyche on a series of quests. Each time she despairs, and each time she is given divine aid. On her final task, she is to retrieve a dose of... It's not Persephone. No, it is Persephone's. Beauty from the underworld. She succeeds, but on the way back can't resist opening the box in the hope of benefiting from it herself, whereupon she falls into a torpid sleep. Cupid finds her in this state and revives her by returning the sleep to the box. Cupid grants her immortality so the couple can be wed as equals. The story's Neoplatonic elements and allusions to mystery religions accommodate multiple interpretations, and it has been analyzed as an allegory and in light of folktale, marchant, or fairy tale and myth. Often presented as an allegory of love overcoming death, the story was a frequent source of imagery for Roman sarcophagi and other extant art of antiquity. Since the rediscovery of Apuleius' novel in the Renaissance, the reception of Cupid and Psyche in this classical tradition has been extensive. The story has been retold in poetry, drama, and opera, and depicted widely in painting, sculptures, and various media. I've never heard of it. And there's a bunch of depictions, but they all naked, so I can't. Cat. I say naked, and here comes the key cat. What you doing, Arlo? Huh? Just rubbing on my stuff? What you doing? I'm gonna try and read a story. I'm done. That's it. That's all of Cupid. I didn't know anyone was gonna grace me with their presents, except for I have to show all my shop haul. And now you just have your little nubby tail. His little nubby. Why don't you show him your pretty face and say your butt? Nope. He ain't gonna. Man, you can't control them. They're like children in real life. We'll never know what's gonna happen. His fur is like so thick. What are you doing, buddy? What? Hey, psst, psst, quit. What are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna start with shop haul. And like I said, hey, quit chewing on strings. He's a string eater, and all this fabric has strings on it. And quit, Bubba. Quit. Arlo, get down. Gosh, he's a mess. So I got some more needle minders in. He's like sniffing everything like he's gonna eat it all. Got some more needle minders in from Colleen at Rebel Stitcher. So we got the little Frenchie. I think he glows in the dark. Arlo's over here pouting. He's got his ear back. He's not happy with me. Quit, Bubby. And then we got... Oh, these magnets are so good. Hold on before I hurt myself. Try to see my face get red. We have the Kamala with the shoe stomping out the glass ceiling. I love it. What are you doing, buddy? And then we've got Flosstube. I know I'm a Flosstube. Are you gonna help me? And then we've got, which this one's great. It's the OG Thumb War Champ. Oh, I think it's so funny. And some of these listings, it may be tomorrow before some of them go up. Oh, you coming down? Okay. Because I'm off tomorrow because I took the day off, so I'm taking my time. That's what I'm doing. All right, so let's start with some of this fabric, shall we? So this is all XG Design. And what you eating on? What he's doing. All right, so everything I'm about to show right now is 36 count linen. So this is oil green, and y'all, this green is so green, and it is washed out on here, and I don't understand it. It was the hardest thing. I could take a picture of this, but as soon as I opened it up, like you couldn't, it washed out to gray. Let's see if I hold anything else green next to it. No, like it just, I don't know what it is with this color. It's like that one orange. I'm trying to hold all the green things next to it. Man, does that help it at all? No. It is green. It is like, it's almost like this green. It's bright. It's beautiful, but it's bright. And I feel like it's really, hold it back here some, maybe. Anyways, 36 count linen. And here's her 36 count linen in the Witch's Brew, which I have this also in Ada. And 36 count, it's Elixir. And it has a little bit of a green, I don't know if the green's picking up, a little bit of a green tinge to it. 36 count Dirty Linen. This is the first time I've gotten this one in. It's got some marbling on it. It's very pretty. And then this one is Smog, 36 count. This is also really pretty. Grandpa's Sleeve. I don't even have to look at that one. 36 count linen. This is one of my favorites. Marbled Hazelnut. 36 count linen. So pretty. He's in there making noises. And this is so interesting because this is my robin's egg that she did for me special. But I'll pull this back up when I show the Ada. This one on that darky creamy is gorgeous. Wish I wanted to stitch on linen. That's 36 count linen. And this is Midnight Ride. Here, I said I was setting that aside. Midnight Ride, 36. And this is like really blue. I really don't feel like it's... No, it's showing that. Okay. And then this is 36 count, and this is the Early Halloween. So this is the linen equivalent to what I'm doing. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Halloween Quaker on. Oh, it's so pretty. So that's all the linen. No, that's not true. That's all the 36 count linen. I got a few 40s here for you guys. So this is Grandpa's Sleeve in 40 count linen. These are all fat quarters. Trying to keep my piles. This is Grandma's Slip in 40 count. So just like Grandma got some yellow stains. And then this one is Marbled Hazelnut, 40 count. Modeling is not as much on this as it is on the other ones. And then this one is Dirty Linen. And to me, the modeling looks more on this one in the 40 count than it does on the 36. Trying to keep these, gotta keep them separated. All right, so some new colors that I got in the 18 count Ada is Oil Green. Man, I thought there for a second I was going to get a true color. I mean, it's almost, but that's so hard. I don't know why that's so hard. But the difference of these two, I mean, this one is lighter, so that part of it's showing. I actually think that's actually showing almost more accurate than it did before. But yeah, so Oil Green, that's 18 count, and then this is 18 count Smog, which is new. Some light modeling, and I have pictures in the shop of the them opened all the way up. And then this one is Kaleidoscope, 18 count. It's really pretty. And then this one is Dirty Linen in the 18 count, which it's so funny when you look at the difference. So this is it in 40. Look at the difference in those colors. And that is true, because this one to me looks a little more purpley, and this one like purple brown, and this one's looks a little more, well, still purple brown, but a little more brown to it than the purple. And then this is also, this is Grandma's Slip. I've had this in the 18 count before, but the reason I pulled this up is because I ordered it also in the 16 count Ada, and they are two totally different things. And I think it's because this looks like a rustico fabric, you know, where it's that rustic look, whereas this looks like it was done on just white. So these are both Grandma's Slip. This is 16 count, this is 18 count. I think it's just the base was different. So I took pictures. So most of the things I got 16 count in, I already have 18 count. So I made it to where it's one listing and you pick whether you want 16 or 18. This one I made it a separate listing as 16, separate listing as 18, because those are totally different. Totally different fabrics as far as I'm concerned. All right. So, and these are all 16 count. This is Witch's Brew, 16 count Ada. Okay, so here's the robin egg, remember? Back over here in 36 count. Here's 16 count robin egg. That one's so pretty. I mean, this is good too. But my 18 count looks like this too. So the linen over here, she just used a darker linen or something. But it's still, they're all gorgeous. And then this one is Marbled Hazelnut, 16 count. A lot more marbling on that. This is Jack-o'-lantern. This one's a lot lighter, so I redid the picture because my 16 and 18 that I just got this in are a little lighter than what they were last go around. So I updated the picture because it's way more orangey. And then this one's Midnight Ride in 16 count. And this should be Elixir. Yep. Elixir. 16 count. Early Halloween. 16 count. And then Grandma's Slip. Nope. Grandpa's Sleeve, my bad. That one doesn't look as dark, does it? Grandpa's Sleeve. Okay. Stacking all the fabric over here to the side. Now for the patterns. Okay. So the first one is by Cottage Garden Sampling, and it's Love is in the Air, and this is the A Time for All Seasons series, and this is the number 2 one. How cute is that? So cute. Okay. So, how am I doing this? This is A Year of Silhouettes. It's by Joan Elliott Designs. So she had a Christmas one like this, and she had the Halloween one. And so now, let's see if I get this a little closer without a glare so you guys can see. So cute. But you're going to be in that 310 life. I mean, obviously you can change it and do it something else, but it's a lot of 310. This is probably going to start to be a problem. Because I'm piling up in front of me like an idiot. It happens. It happens. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's got all the things. I have a Heaven and Earth design. There's a Hade in my shop now. How stinking cute is he fighting against that wind? I feel like his name is Cecil. Oh, he's so cute. Love it. Love it. All right, and then Cuore Abaticure is Cotton Farm. How cute is that? With no glare. So cute. I gotta come up with a giveaway word, guys. with this needle, Ivy thread by Hands On Design, and it comes with the little charms. There are 2 little needles and a little thread spool. I gotta be careful on these next ones because, right, not this one. Hands On Design, First Frost. And she said those were supposed to be fat snowmen. The shape. So there's 2 different little silhouette towns. All right, and this one is Hop On In. How cute is that pillow? Oh, so cute. Those colors really pop on that black. All right. And this is Love. By JBW Design. And then Love in the Round. These are so quick and like cute. All right. And then I've got some more, the little Stitcher. I got, of course y'all can see that while I'm flipping through this, and I was trying to find the first one. Like I said last time, I had these coming. I've got the Winter Animals. I mean, come on, look at that little fox. And a squirrel. And the birds. And the deer. And then Winter Animal number 2. Look at the trash panda. They're so cute. And then we've got Girl and a Rabbit. Love it with her little rabbit ears. So cute. So I know what I can say. So I'm looking at March Madness and trying to think about all the brackets and stuff that they do for that. And I'm thinking about Easter animals. I'm not thinking about Easter animals, but I'm trying to show these as I talk. I may do it, but it'll be on Instagram and for you guys to pick like what I should do or whatever, some type of polling thing, because otherwise I think that would be funner. So yeah, so the word is going to be March, and y'all tell me whether you think I should do March Madness or not. I definitely am not doing Mania because I am not doing 31 starts. Girl, don't need that. I already have 29. Nope, I now have 30 whips. So, and then my little bug I don't count because he was in and out. So yeah, so the word's gonna be March. And you guys tell me whether you think I should do March Madness or not. Arctic Entomos. Look at the penguin. Look at all of them. So cute. I mean, it's a narwhal. What else are you gonna do? And that, my friends, is everything. So that's gonna wrap us up. Y'all see that? And under 1:30. Can I get a what? All right. So, I only had one cat showing, but you know, can't control them. They do what they want to do. Wasn't ready for it either. He just hopped right up here. Didn't even see him coming because I was in the middle of reading that Hot Mess Express. So, yes, I probably forgot like 50 things that I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, I know one of the things I wanted to tell you. So last Sunday after I had recorded and went to bed, I got notification of a sale and I went and looked and the person's name was Lori Holt. And I was like, can't be the Lori Holt, right? So I scroll through and I'm like, well, if she's from Utah, then it has to be, right? She was from Utah. And I was like, no. So then I scroll over and I click on her user profile for Etsy and it shows her shop, Be in My Bonnet and stuff. And I went, the Lori Holt? And it scared the ever-loving shit out of my husband who was in bed beside me watching TikTok or whatever. And he's like, what? And I was like, the Lori Holt ordered from my shop. Yeah. I'm big news now. I literally fangirled so hard on her, thanking her. I probably scared her a little. Hope not. But All right, if I don't say bye in 30 seconds, then I will be over an hour and 30. So, hope you guys all have a great stitchy week, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.